Hey guys, welcome to Troy Time. Hey, check it out today. We're going to be covering our indoor grow rack on day 6. We're going to be harvesting some radish sprouts and we're going to be starting some microgreens in their soak times for round 2 of microgreens. We'll give a great little update today and you can check out and see where we're at. Check these plants, man. I'm having a blast. I hope you're following along. Let's get into it. Okay guys, this is day 6 and the rack is shaping up nicely. Okay, we're out of the blackout period. We've removed the humidity domes, right? Up top we got our capstone. That's looking good up there. But we're going to harvest these radish sprouts today. Those are perfect. Look, they're already falling over, right? That tells us, yeah, those are definitely ready to go, right? We could let them go longer. We could let them go possibly one more day, but we're going to harvest today, right? Check out down here. So we've got new shorter water bottles, right, which I just made up, and our lettuces are doing great here. Our romaine is right here. We're starting to put things in the rack where they go, right? Our microgreens are up top. Actually, right here is where our cucumbers are going to go once we move them. Then we start our lettuces. We're going to have 4 rows of lettuce here. This is just our first one. We'll be planting the second one tomorrow because Sunday is going to be our plant day. Down here is where our pak choi is going to be. Okay, we've got the new little water bottle there. And he's doing great. He's popping right off of that plate, right? And here's our bigger vegetables down here. Look at those peas. Those peas are growing crazy. Those peas are going crazy. Tomatoes are doing great, guys. Peppers haven't popped yet, but they take a while. But everything else, though, tomatoes are doing great, our peas are doing great, and our cucumbers. Where's our cucumber? There's one right there popping out. The other one's definitely got a root, right? So we're looking great. We're looking awesome. And these are our spare peas down here. Even those guys are doing good. We did that because we didn't soak. We actually didn't soak the peas for here. That's why I made the backup that we did soak. But actually the ones we didn't soak are doing better because of the automatic watering. So that's working great. I will say this, guys, about this automatic watering. You've really got to put a decent-sized hole in there. You want a hole that's actually big enough that you can actually stick your finger in it, right? If you just make a hole and you just cut a slit with like a knife or scissors, it's not going to leak out. Actually, a pretty fairly decent-sized hole will still not leak out when the cap is on the bottle. You need one that's somewhat rounded, someone that has a little bit of depth, okay? About finger size is how you want to do that one. But everything on the rack is looking great. Yeah, things are shaping up. It's actually starting to look like a real grow rack, right? And I'm actually working on a great solution so we don't have to use the tin foil when we're doing our blackout period. And it's going to dress this rack up real nice. Already things are coming together great. All right, let's get to these radishes. So for now, guys, what I've done is I've taken those 2 extra large plates of peas and I've put them upstairs in my grow room. That's because I wanted everything in its own space for right now. I don't want to confuse anyone. Those are only used because we have space on our first grow. On our first grow, we only have 1 plate of lettuce in play. But as we continue to build this rack, these other spaces underneath will be filled up with more lettuces. So there won't be room to do those extra peas once the rack gets up and going. Just on the first initial build-up, there's room to do those extra peas, right? But I didn't want to confuse anyone, and I wanted to start putting things where they go so that you can kind of get a feel of what the rack's going to look like. And we're just going to build it up from there. All right, guys, so we're ready to harvest our radish sprouts. All we're going to do is pluck a handful of these up, pull them right out of the tray, and then just cut off the roots and discard them. It's going to look like this. Just cut that root off right where my thumb is, and then discard the roots and put the rest in a bag. Good to go, baby. Look at these sprouts, guys. A giant bowl of sprouts, and this is even from one of the smaller plates, right? But check it out. That's a giant bowl of sprouts, man. That's awesome. It's going to last us this week. This is a great, man. This is a huge bowl. I love the light peppery smell of these. Man, it's just awesome. I love radishes, man. I love radish sprouts too. But yeah, it's just great. And all we're going to do is wash off the plate and we're ready to go. And you can just rinse the plate with water. If you want to touch it with a little bit of dish soap, that's fine, but you don't really even have to. And remember, the roots that you cut off, you can feed those to chickens and things like that. If you've got animals, you can feed the roots to the chickens. Or you can put the roots in compost if you do something like that on your property. But yeah, so we're going to put these in a bag right now. Look at those beautiful radish sprouts. My gosh. All right, guys, so we're 6 days in, and this is our second harvest, right? That's amazing. We would have had 3 had I not fumbled the mung beans, but that's okay. We'll get those going for next week. So yeah, every 7 days, you're going to be pulling so much food off this rack. Starting next week, we're going to be harvesting peas right alongside these every week. So next week, we'll have the mung beans and the peas and the radishes and the lentils all getting harvested in a week. Yeah, so here it is side by side. These are the lentils that we harvested on day 5, and these are the radish sprouts that we harvested on day 6. So already on day 6, we've got nearly a whole giant like placemat full of food. This is awesome, guys, and this is superfood. Remember, this stuff is so healthy, so good for you. I love the microgreens, man. So much volume. Yeah, so here's our plate all cleaned up in just a matter of seconds, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. Super easy to do. We're going to be replanting on this tomorrow. But let's take a final quick look at the rack on day 5. Our peas are doing great, right? And those look great. We're going to be replanting those tomorrow. We're going to be planting some more lettuces tomorrow. There's our romaine. There's our pak choi right there. And lastly, we got our veggies, and they're just booming, man. Those peas are going to need to be transplanted soon. So we'll be transplanting those in one of these next videos. Tomatoes are up and going, and cucumbers have popped too. So things are looking great. Okay, guys, it's Saturday soak day. Tomorrow we're going to start all of our seeds. Normally I would start the soak all at the same time, and the mung beans would be the last ones to come out, because while the others may go 12 hours, mung beans go 24. But if I start these now on Saturday morning, then these will be ready with everything else on Sunday morning. I'm going to start these today. So it's Saturday morning. I'm going to start these. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail here on this second rotation on a few of the things that I didn't cover completely in my first video. So as you can tell, there's one little line there. I hope you can see it. It's the first line on this. It's the first line on this mason jar. Okay. There's no label on this side, and on the other side, I believe it says 100. You can just maybe see it there. There's that line right there. The next one up says 200, and that line right there is 100. And that's usually about where I put the beans, and it looks about like that. Okay, guys, so here it is filled up with water, and we're gonna take these out of their soak period 24 hours from now, along with all the other seeds. Okay, so that means tonight we will start our peas and our lentils. We will start to soak our peas and lentils right beside these. And then tomorrow morning, everything will come out. Tomorrow morning, I'll start some radish sprouts early when I wake up. And a couple hours into the day, I'll take everything out of the soak. So for this rotation, what I'm doing is I'm starting my mung beans Saturday morning. I'm starting lentils and peas Saturday night. That's why it's Saturday soak day. And then radishes will actually start our soak Sunday morning and then come out of the soak just a couple hours. Okay, guys, so it's Saturday night, and before I go to bed, I'm going to soak some peas and some lentils here. We're using basically about a half cup, maybe just a little bit less, basically for both the peas and the lentils. The peas are going to go on a small tray, and the lentils are going to go on a larger tray. Here's what that looks like inside the mason jar. Okay, those are the peas. Down at the bottom, you can kind of tell where that little measuring line is here if you look to the side. That's what they look like as far as eye level. That's about how many you want for a small tray. Now our lentils, we're going to do about the same. We're going to be just about a quarter of a cup. Okay, and those we're going to put into the jar as well, and we're going to fill them up with some water. Just regular lukewarm water. And those are going to sit overnight. They get 8 to 12 hours usually. Those are the lentils, and those are going to go on a big tray for us tomorrow. But they're going to measure about the same. These are a smaller lentil, so there's more of them there, and they'll expand when you put them on one level. So that's what it looks like with the mung beans from earlier today, and the lentils and the peas. Now, we also did have a request for the sidebar, so people wanted to see cilantro, okay? So here is the cilantro seeds. We're going to soak those overnight as well. Surprisingly, they float. I didn't realize that. Now, I haven't grown cilantro seeds before, but I got a lot of them. They're actually called coriander when they're a seed, and they actually smell really good. They're a spice. And then when you grow the actual plant, it becomes cilantro. So we're going to do a sidebar cilantro. That's the first thing we're going to be doing for one of our sidebars. Still taking requests for sidebars. Get those in. We're going to do a couple more things tomorrow with our seeds, and you're going to see that on tomorrow's video. So tomorrow we're actually going to be planting these round 2 for the microgreens, and we'll probably be doing some transplants and things like that too. Be sure to like this video, guys. Leave me a comment if you can. That helps the algorithm to push this video out to more people. So I hope that happens. Check back soon. We'll see you all. Thanks again. This is Troy Time. I'm out.